He's a great basketball player. He absolutely deserves to be on Team USA. How about this one? Has anyone even talked about this? He actually wants to go. Come on now. How many guys have been selected to the Team USA and have bailed out? It's been a common occurrence. Now, I know the last run with Coach K, he really kind of put some... A lot of the guys that are on there now are a part of it then, and they were glue guys for what the future of Team USA is. So I feel like they've put a lot into this. Team USA, for that matter. Colangelo, those guys. Which is exactly the reason why Jaylen Brown's not a part of it. The quote that Stephen A. had there was the I'm better than you attitude. I'm sure that was probably discussed about Jaylen Brown.
When you're the finals MVP, can't you kind of have that attitude?
That's where I'm going with this, guys. It's kiss the ring season. Right? It's kiss the ring season. That's where we're at right now. Because and listen, I don't know why. You know how Celtics fans get really upset when it's like, oh, Kendrick Perkins doesn't belong at the parade, and a lot of people got all bent out of shape about it. But yet Jaylen Brown is being boycotted from Team USA, but people aren't like supporting him. What's going on here? Like, what's up with that? I never cared. Again, I never cared. I got choked up last night, though. I got choked up talking about this for something I didn't care about at all. I certainly got choked up. You got that, Skez? We'll do hockey talk coming up next here on The Sport. Can you play the part before where I was yelling about suck and yelling? I don't even know what I was saying. Because I didn't care. I don't care about Team USA basketball. You know, but it's like everyone's in an uproar when it's, oh, this guy's left off the team, or, oh, he said this about the Celtics. But Jaylen Brown literally being boycotted by Team USA and people aren't in an uproar about it? Blah, blah, blah. Stupid, stupid, stupid. I don't care. We'll do hockey talk coming up next here on The Sport. Yeah. What is that sound at the end there? Talk coming up next here on The Sport. I got choked up. I don't care about this. But I do feel like Jaylen Brown's getting hosed. Isn't this like what the Celtics fans want? Is one of their players getting hosed and complaining about it and proving why? Remember, you know those little, like, the stat muse? You know how they put the faces of, like, you know, this is what he did versus the... This is Jaylen Brown versus Tyrese Halliburton and other guys that are on Team USA. Where are those muses today? Where are you? I'm Team Jaylen Brown on this one. I understand why Team USA is doing what they're doing. I get it. You don't want to bring in a guy that views things differently. You want to protect the brand. And right now, I agree. I like Nike. There was a time in my life I didn't buy Nike. I love dogs. Didn't like the whole Michael Vick thing. Being serious, I didn't like it for a while. Right? They've employed a lot of bad people who do bad things. It's like they all of a sudden they care about ethics. I don't get into these type of conversations. I'm not that kind of guy. But it is strange that the NBA Finals MVP is being boycotted. And I'm just wondering if it's going to affect the Boston Celtics. That's what I care about. And again, the Skip Bayless stuff today, I knew it was coming. I knew it. The old line, I could smell you getting off the elevator. Oh, it was when you pulled into the parking lot, I smelled it. I just got this tweet. What if Tatum wanted Jaylen Brown and Nike told Tatum he would be dropped? So said, okay, and then I want Derek White. I don't believe that either.
Nike is not dropping Jason Tatum.
I think Team USA was like, you know what, Jaylen Brown, come on. Hey, you can try out for it. I think Jaylen Brown wanted to be there. He said he wanted to be there. I think they went with their whatever 15 guys or whatever it is. Listen, the one I'd be questioning honestly is Kawhi Leonard. The guy's a great player, but he can barely play anymore. And what I mean by barely play anymore is they couldn't even rely on him in a playoff run, you know? And now you want him to go to Paris and be one of the guys? That was a fault by them. They went with him over a guy like Jaylen Brown who can do multiple things. They never were going to have Jaylen Brown on the team, guys. They were never going to do it. He's never going to be a replacement. If Kevin Durant can't play and has to go home because of cramps, well, then it's not going to be Jaylen Brown. And for the people that want to talk about conspiracies, Woj had Derek White playing for Team USA before the finals started, so don't give me that crap. But the more I look at it, I don't think he was ever going to play for Team USA because his freedom of speech.
Another thing that's kind of getting, looked over because obviously we're in Boston, we're going to focus on the Jaylen Brown aspect of it. That's become the huge story. But, a guy like Damian Lillard, a guy like Donovan Mitchell, Kyrie Irving, these are other guys that were looked over too. And because of this whole Celtics Jaylen Brown angle, now that's just not getting talked about at all. So I think that's kind of interesting too. Like, how does Damian Lillard feel? How does Donovan Mitchell feel? Is Kyrie pissed? Do they feel snubbed? Because no one's focusing, no one's talking about that. Like, yes, Jaylen Brown was the finals MVP. He should have been on the team purely basketball wise, but he's not the only guy that was left off this team.
He wasn't. Caller mentioned that they wish it was like somebody else. I kind of wish that like Donovan Mitchell was the guy that was added to the team. Right? Would you know what though? Jaylen would have done this anyways. I think Jaylen would have done this anyways.
Yeah, I don't think this has anything to do with Derek White or Tatum.
No.
Zero.
So that's why I kind of feel like I don't know. I don't have any information. I know Forsberg's had sit-downs with Derek White this week. And I don't think Derek White knew at the time that he was going to be a part of the team. Maybe like his agent knew and said, hey man, be on standby. Be ready to go. He's not even going to be ready to get there, from what I gather. So I have a feeling that there's a really good relationship there between White and Brown, and I feel like everyone in the locker room knows Jaylen Brown's stance. At least the Celtics understand it. Hey man, I don't even know if Jaylen Brown's right or wrong. Like, it's easy to sit here and say defending Kyrie Irving or having some of the beliefs as Kyrie. I don't agree with a lot of stuff that Kyrie does. But I've never looked at Jaylen Brown and felt like he was is he a smarter guy? Yeah. Is he an alpha? Sure. Do I think he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room? I don't know. He went to Cal. He's a smart kid. Is that what makes him and Tatum different? Yeah. Is one more outspoken than the other? Absolutely. Is one soft-spoken and a great player and the other a hard-nosed player who talks? Yep. I just don't feel like Jaylen Brown's wrong in this. I don't. And I think Team USA is a club. Right? Listen, in all aspects of life, and I'm going to relate to you with your job, all right, or whatever school you went to, there's guys that you hang with at the cafeteria, and some people have a seat at the table and some don't. And when it comes to Team USA, LeBron, Steph, Durant, they all peacock around because they've been there for a while. It's their show. It's not Jaylen Brown's show. Jason Tatum's been invited to the show, and he's a big part of what Nike is. A big part of what Nike is. But Jaylen Brown, just not allowed at the table right now. 617-779-0985. Let's talk to Nate. He's in Marshfield. Hey, Nate.
Hey, I just wanted to call in, and I heard that Skip Bayless take, and I just thought that's the most ridiculous thing ever because publicly, at least, they seem to get along just fine. So even if, say, they don't love each other, like they're not best friends, like aren't these dudes professionals and can't they settle like slight differences and play a game? Like, I don't think this is as big of a story as I think this is just a July story, middle of the summer. People need something to talk about.
Do you don't think that Jaylen Brown's being boycotted?
No, I agree, but I don't think Tatum has anything to do with it.
Okay.
That's the whole point.
I'm fine with that, but this is a story. A member of the Boston Celtics, because of his freedom of speech and his beliefs, is not allowed in the club of Team USA.
Yeah, but I guess that's just politics. Like anyone, if you say anything,
it's just politics. Like the stuff needs to end. We're in an era now where just politics needs to end. Like for years in radio, I was a guy. I was never in the locker room. I never worked for a radio. I never worked for a newspaper. I didn't write ads. I was a guy that showed up to a radio station one day and wanted to be on the radio. Worked my way up the ladder. How many doors closed in your face? How many times I had to eat crap just to like deal with things? You do it because you want to work your way up. You want to be in with the club. You want to be with the guys. But you have your own opinion. Do you think we do a show, Skaz and I, like everybody else at this station? No. Right? Hey, everyone else is super successful and have been doing it for a long time, and we've been here for over a year, and things are going okay. But if we do it like everybody else, you either evolve or you die. That's just what happens. But with Jaylen Brown, him not saying it and eating crap, it's not what he believes in. That's what's wrong. You know what, Nate, I'm sorry, bro, but you just triggered the hell out of me. This is what I just despise about the world in general, and I hate talking about things like this. But he should just deal with it, and it's politics? That's bull, and I'd love to swear if I could. That's bull. That's what's wrong. Having to just eat it up and deal with things, that's how it used to be. Because you had to just rub elbows with the right guys and do dirty deals with the right guys so you can be part of the club? Out. Absolutely out on that. I back Jaylen Brown 1,000%. I don't agree with everything he believes in, but I certainly believe he's being boycotted. No doubt about that. If you like that clip, check out more videos from my show, The Joe Murray Show, here. For more Celtics analysis and opinion, hit this playlist.